Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be sort of reviewing / reacting to Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events on Netflix. So I've only watched one episode so far. There is 8 episodes and every 2 episodes is one of the stories. So if you haven't read the stories of A Series of Unfortunate Events, I highly recommend you do. I haven't read them in about 5-6 years, so to be honest, I remember the plot and the basic storyline, but I might miss a few Easter eggs and stuff, but I've got a few Easter eggs written down in some notes. But anyway, so let's get on with this. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and comment, and yeah, so let's get on. So the opening theme was really good. It's warning you to go away. That's what the whole promo / trailer things that they've been releasing, all these sneak peeks, has been about, telling people to look away. And this is very in the style of the books, because the books, the writer Lemony Snicket, that's his pen name, not his real name. I forgot what his real name is. But anyway, so it's always about warning about these terrible, unfortunate events. So I think it's really good how they've incorporated that with the intro theme to all the episodes, and it's Neil Patrick Harris singing, so that's really cool. So basically at the start is a brief story to catch us up to present day, where the house has been burnt down and the episode's story begins. So yeah, so in this intro we get to see the Violet's backstory as a creator, Klaus's backstory as being a really intelligent kid, and Sunny's backstory of being able to grind down rock. That's my one complaint. It's just, I know it's supposed to be very surreal, like a utopia world juxtaposing, but I really don't like the special effects with Sunny eating the rocks, and that just doesn't work for me, so that's a complaint. And really good special effects and CGI and use of green screen, because I don't know about these Netflix shows, I like the surreal, that they're not afraid to go with the surreal surroundings, these very bright and then very dull surroundings, like at the mansion when it's burnt down, or on the beach, and then everywhere else is like super unrealistic and very bright and wonderful. So I really like that juxtaposition to real life and how it's not all perfect, and yeah, I think it really works. So it's a really good entrance from Mr. Poe, how he just walks onto the beach and he's like, "Your parents have perished in a terrible fire." So I really like the use of Mr. Poe in this episode. It was a very emotional scene. They were sort of just shocked when Violet dropped the stone, and they're just there standing there, and then he thinks they're a bit stupid because his kids, as we'll find out later, are a bit stupid if you haven't watched the episode, which I recommend you do if you're watching this. So it's very emotional, but we all knew it was going to happen because, you know, it's based on the books and the title suggests it. So excellent narration by Patrick Warburton. So he was really good in this episode. He sort of balanced out the crazy Count Olaf storyline, and he's a very, very good actor. So not even Lemony Snicket knew what causes the fire, and it seems to be like they're using Patrick Warburton's character to be some sort of investigator in finding out what has happened, and he is telling stories. He's writing the book, A Series of Unfortunate Events, all these different books. So it's told from his perspective when he's investigating the crimes, but also from the kid's perspective, obviously. And so what we have next is the Count Olaf sign. It keeps popping up everywhere in the underground hatch when he goes into the house of the Baudelaires, and it's burning down with Patrick Warburton voicing over. And so these signs keep on popping everywhere. As we know, there's a secret society in the books. If you haven't read them, I recommend you do, like I said before. But so they will explain that in a later episode. So like I said before, they're doing one whole story in 2 episodes. So that's about an hour and 40 minutes for each. So that's a good amount of time. It's basically like just a bit shorter than a movie. So I have high hopes for the next episodes. I've only watched 1 so far. But so, like I said before, it's really wonderful scenery juxtaposing their burnt down house, how you can see them just standing there. And then also I liked Mr. Poe's family. His wife was a bitch, but their kids were funny, and they were like saying, "Why'd you burn your house down? How'd you do it?" So it was quite funny how they're always sleeping in one bed. And so we get the introduction of Count Olaf and the actor, that he's an actor and he's very alone. that his life, he doesn't even know his neighbor. He's seen her once before, so he's a very insociable person and an actor, as he says. So he has a really creepy house. It's like all rotten, broken, literally like it's been on fire. So that's a good comparison when you think of it, and very creepy doorbell music, like a super creepy witch theme. But it's really good because, you know, he's creepy. He's like, hello, 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 children. So really good acting by Neil Patrick Harris, and he's totally obsessed by money, by their fortune, like in the books. So they did that really well. And so when the kids are sleeping, they only have one bed, like I said before. The use of the one bed was quite repetitive, which was pretty cool because it just led on the story more. And so there was a pile of rocks, and that's obviously for Sunny when she's sleeping, because, you know, she can grind rocks, which, like I said before, was my one complaint. I know she could use her teeth very good in the books, but the CGI and the special effects of that bit, I just don't really like. And so I like the use of them cleaning with toothbrushes, which really reminded me of Glee, because when the lady, I forgot her name, damn, I haven't watched it in ages, when she's always OCD cleaning with toothbrushes, so that was quite funny. And so he expects them to clean a whole bathroom with toothbrushes and basically clean the whole house like that. And so basically you have an endless series of cleaning chores. And one of the good references that I've picked up in this episode, I probably missed a few, was about the deadly fungus that Justice Strauss said. He had books on cookbooks of law and even the deadliest fungus. So that's a link to one of the stories. So I haven't read it in ages, so I don't really remember what story. But so I really like the use of them having a trolley as basically like their form of public transport, like a train or a tram or a bus, like basically all combined, and they call it a trolley, which was quite funny. And so a really good scene, probably one of my favourite scenes, was when his theatre group, like he says, turns up at his house for dinner, and it was really funny with them singing about Count Olaf, about him appreciating himself and how he wants their money. So it keeps on dropping hints on their fortune, but they haven't seemed to pick that up yet. His theatre group is combined of a creepy man with a hook for hands and a creepy old twins and the like witches they look like and then there's that depressed weird guy and some other weird bald guy. Then the dinner scene was quite good. It was dragged on quite a while, but I thought he was actually going to drop Sunny when he had her in the air, so that was kind of scary. And then Olaf slaps Klaus, which is a bad move because that is what encourages them to move out, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna run away within the next episode, which they do in the books. So hopefully they do that really well in episode 2. And then in Justice Strauss's house, there's a scene where the camera focuses in on a book called The Incomplete History of Secrets. So it's focused on as the books, as you know, the parents in the book have a secret society, so she's obviously some part of it, unless I'm mistaken on that. I'm pretty sure she is. And you can see her looking up adoption laws, so she obviously wants the kids. Which is quite cool because she's alright. She's quite weird, but you know, better than Count Olaf. So Neil Patrick Harris is doing a really good job for being really creepy because I don't really like him as a person. And really good thing is because, you know, in the books they always say that they had secret tunnels leading to everyone's house, and you can see a Dr. Montgomery sign, which will be in the 3rd episode he turns up, and as we all know, he will probably die because he does in the books by Count Olaf. So he'll appear in a later episode. And what really shocked me, there was a cliffhanger. They always leave these massive cliffhangers, Netflix does. And so the parents, which I'm supposing are the parents, or just some random couple, but you know, it's probably the parents. And so we see them locked up in like some sort of police van, and it's being driven away, so we can suspect that their parents are still alive secretly, which is kind of cool. So is this a setup all along by Count Olaf? Has it been just a series of unfortunate events like the story says, or is it just not planned? I don't know. So anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, if you did make it all this way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
shut free.